Today is Juneteenth, which marks the day the last enslaved African Americans in the U.S. learned of their emancipation.
Celebrations are taking place across the country in honor of Juneteenth, and we're hearing now the story of one woman who has a personal connection to the holiday. CBS News correspondent Danya Bacchus is joining us now with how she discovered that connection. It's such an interesting story.
A very interesting story, and one that I'm sure many people wish they would be able to tell as well. Thanks to a family historian, Dr. Joyce Ritchie, the Associate Dean for Diversity and Inclusion at USC's Keck School of Medicine, knows all about her family's history, which includes how her great-grandmother, who was born enslaved, was told she was free. For Dr. Joyce Ritchie, Juneteenth isn't just a holiday. It's part of her family history.
She used to share like the oral history to our family members.
Ritchie's great-grandmother, Rena Terry Watson, was born into slavery in Georgia. Her family has traced their roots through slave trade papers and marriage certificates from the 1800s. There was a profile on her great-grandmother in a local newspaper when she was 110 years old that helped the family connect the dots to Juneteenth.
Her master did not tell his slaves they were free until the Yankees came and made him tell them, she said.
Juneteenth marks the date in 1865 when Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas to announce all enslaved people were free. It was nearly 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation.
I always recognized it almost as a Texas holiday, to be totally honest with you. And so just to read that history, and I can't tell you how excited I was to see it. I immediately wanted to share it, especially with our, younger generation.
And share it, they have. Every couple of years, her extended family gets together for reunions. Hundreds of family members celebrating their rich history and honoring those who paved the way.
She forgave them. If we can kind of learn from that, that would be powerful.
A powerful family history lesson that can apply to all. And get this, Ritchie's great-grandmother also said in that article that the plantation owner was told to give enslaved families 10 acres and a whole ham. She said in that article that they never received the land, only a hog's head.
Oh, it's such a shameful period of history,
Absolutely.
And it's so important to commemorate all the achievements, and to know that her great-grandmother is now a doctor and achieving so much is really special.
Right, definitely have paved the way. And you have to say, there's a saying that says, I am my ancestors' wildest dreams, and she is definitely that.
Absolutely, and to be able to just share the story, because like you mentioned, so many people aren't able to do that. They don't know their roots in this way. So what a gift for her to be able to pass on to future generations.
Right, that booklet that they have and the family reunions that they have, it's pretty much passed down each generation. So they will have a handheld something, it's not just going to be stories, oral history. They will actually be able to see it and touch it.
Wow, amazing story. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Danya.
And just a reminder, we are only a few hours away from the big annual Juneteenth celebration in Leimert Park. It is one of the longest-running Juneteenth festivals in our country. It will feature live music and free performances honoring the legacy, community engagement, and financial inclusion within the Black community. The event begins at noon.